This week on Top 3 Tuesday, we are going to be talking about low back pain in the golfer. Hey everyone, it's Dr. Brandon and Dr. Andy from Twin Cities Movement, your Minneapolis chiropractic and functional rehabilitation place. Today we are talking about back pain and the golfer. So this is our third installment of our golf series for the month, and the important things to know about back pain is that it's very, very, very rarely actually a problem with your low back. It's almost always that your low back is the victim and the actual villain is coming from somewhere up or down the chain. Your hips, your mid-back. I mean, it could be all the way down to your foot. More likely, your hips or your mid-back, especially in a golf swing. We need a lot of rotation from our hips and our mid-back. And when we're getting it all from our low back, because our hips and our mid-back won't move, we end up with a little bit of low back pain. It's supposed to be much more stable than it is mobile. So what we want to do is first mobilize our hips. So the way we like to do that is with a foam roller, and specifically like that. So what we have just done is put our hip into flexion and rotation, and then we're going to take that foam roller and we're going to roll all over across the back side of that hip that is now flexed and rotated. This really helps open those hips up, and the important thing to remember here is to not let our low back round if we can help it. The more you keep that nice normal spinal posture, the more you're going to feel it in your hip instead of your low back. If you find a sticky spot, feel free to hang out on it for a little while. You can move your knee around. Yeah, try to find it. Play with what you're doing with your spine a little bit on that sticky spot. It'll change the tension in the hip. And then make sure we do both sides. The second thing, just like we were talking about, is to make sure we're mobilizing our mid-backs as well. So our thoracic spine, which starts right where your low back ends, it's where your rib cage is, and then up to the bottom of your neck. All of that is supposed to rotate, and it's supposed to rotate really well. Part of rotation is extension, and first thing we're going to do is just try to get the extension back through there. So unlike a traditional kind of foam roll where we just go up and down like it's a, we're kneading out bread dough or something like that, what we want to do is start in one spot, sit on it, and then push ourselves back over it. So we're just trying to force that range of motion, almost like you're molding your back over the roller. Yep. If your neck is getting tired, it's hard on your neck, feel free to put your hands back here and just know you're doing the same thing. What we're trying to avoid is a lot of rib flare here. So if we're doing that, again, all of this motion is happening in the low back. The whole purpose of this exercise is to make sure we're gaining motion here and not in our low back. That's probably why you have back pain in the first place, is if your mid-back isn't moving, you're doing it all from your low back instead. So all the way up and down once or twice through the low back, extend, 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 and then we want to work on stabilizing that low back. After we've just mobilized the two pieces that are supposed to move, we get ourselves up into, this is a dead bug or the DNS 3-month position. What we're trying to do is keep our ribs down. We're trying to breathe low, fill up that canister, make it good, big, and strong, and then move our other limbs around that. So just like that, we extend a heel and a hand as far away from each other as we can. What you'll notice is that Dr. Andy's ribs do not come up and his pelvis does not go down. So his canister stays good, strong, and tight, does not move through this whole range of motion. And that's the entire purpose of it, is to be able to move our limbs around a very stable canister. That's really what should be happening in your golf swing. We're gonna get a little bit of rotation in your low back when you golf. There's really nothing you can do about that, but we want to minimize it. There's no reason to have extra. Generally, why people have low back pain is they're getting too much rotation. All right. So if you happen to have any questions about this, feel free to reach out to us. Any of the messengers on any of the apps that you're seeing this on. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. If you know anyone that golfs that's having some low back pain, please share the video with them. It should be very helpful. And if they need any more help, or you need any more help, and you're local to the area, feel free to come on in for a discovery visit. We can chat a little bit about your pain and hopefully set you on the right path to getting back to playing all the golf that you want. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.